Good evening, Thursday, people. What is on the go? Twitch, hello, and welcome back to U-Boat Night. Always a pleasure to be floating about, both on top of and under the ocean with you all. Hope the week is treating you well. I mean, if it's not, it's almost over. Mr. Retired, hello, KJ. Welcome all, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastical evening. Chris Martin, hello, everyone, hello. Ah, yes, the closed captioning. Yes, indeed, little reminder. Thank you. Thank you indeed for the reminder. For now there shall be closed captions for those who enjoy them, etc., etc. Excellent, yes. Okay, here we are docked once again. About time to start filling up Mr. Botinsky here. I think we're going to go ahead and take a peek on the inside of said ship. See what kind of nonsense needs to be done prior to us filling it to the brim with whatever might fit. Let's go ahead and... we'll dump a bit of bacon in for funsies. Just to free up a little extra. Ahoy indeed, V. How are you, my friend? Welcome back. Welcome. Let's see. That should do that pretty well. Mr. the Pixel, let's go ahead and take a look in the warehouse. What do we got going on? Need a couple of torpedoes. Nothing serious. Let's see now. T2s with a P1 plus trigger. Not super sold on that, to tell you the truth. Let's stick with T1s from here on in until T3s become available for us. That, of course, being said, I only have access. Oh, there it is. Good. We do have two. Fantastic stuff, even. Let's stock up on the food stuff, so why not? Make sure everybody's got all kinds of grub. It's, gets tough to operate out on the briny deep when you don't have access to enough grub. Let me tell you that. Ammo. I think we used a little. Just top up there. Good. Flak gun. Flak gun's nice and topped up. A couple extra spare parts wouldn't go amiss. At the same time, we have access to plenty. Let's hold off for the time being. I think. What do we got going on research-wise? Accumulators is being researched. Let's see. Do I want to get anything else done right this second? I don't think I do. Let's go ahead and take the 2 days off. Okay. Now. Skipor. We can grab a little vacation. Let's take a quick peek at the missions. Happy Time 2 of 3, Cardiff Espionage. What is it? Finding guns? Nope, taking a spy in. Patrolling off the strait, some Enigma stuff, going through Gibraltar, mine laying. Not a lot of super fun stuff, realistically, unfortunately. We'll head off to Bavaria, grab ourselves a Frosty Stein or two. Don't know why they're hating on T2. Short range, don't show bubbles, don't show your position, do you miss something? Well, they have an exact range of 5,000 meters. Like 5,001 meters, they won't hit. The other side of the coin is they have a much higher dud percentage chance. So, you know, they're not as good as their counterparts, let's say that. 21 days off. On the bright side, we will get accumulators done. We can probably have that installed, which would be good. We should have the money for it. How am I today? I'm hanging in there, my guy. Life is doing okay by me so far. No, the kitty cat has not hissed at me recently. The kitty cat is hissing at another kitty cat that my wife got. There's two now. Anyway. Neither here nor there. Accumulators, please. Oop, let's... There we go. More accumulator goodness. 24k. I will absolutely require that upgrade. Thank you very kindly. 3 days for that. Perfect. No wasted time. There are indeed two, KJ. There are indeed two. And I know what you're thinking. This could be a wonderful opportunity for monetization. We will find out. Rolly, what's going on, my guy? How you been? Alright, Dan the Pixel has managed to level himself up. Good job there, Dan. Let's grab you some skills, my guy. Thorough would be good for Dan. We got him Sapper already. Thorough would be really good, I think. Let's... No, I really want him to repair things faster, I think is what we're going to go with there. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with. Faster repair times. That's going to be key, I think. Now, let's make sure we got enough bodies on board. That's the wrong button, so we'll just pretend that's what I meant to press. How about that? Don't have it on full realism. Oh, okay, there you go. Yep. Alright, what do we got? This one gets me a radioman, which would be nice. This one also gets me a radioman. Very large amount of vessels. Very large amount of vessels. Okay. So the happy time is looking pretty good. I prefer this one to this one. No radioman there. No. Yeah. I'm thinking this is going to be my Huckleberry. I'd love to have the spare radioman. Not that I need it at this point, because I've got that Omni officer working in HQ for me right now. But the large amount of vessels being so close to home port sounds like it's a good plan. 3 cats and a dog. We're actually not allowed to have that many pets here, but I can see what you're saying. A cynical monster? No, KJ. I think you're a realist, my guy. Practical realist. Let's go with the happy time. Why not? Give me red lighting, please. It's awful dark out here. Semicolon could take another dude. Can't really use it as of yet, so that'll be fine, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and... Skipper's aboard, I believe. Let's go ahead and kick the engines up to 3rd gear. Bloop. Now Skipper's on board. I made that happen through the magic of the internet. Let's fire up the searchlight, because it's pretty. It's a pretty spurshlight. Save! I like that. That's good stuff. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to start a new save file, because I've saved over this one a couple of times now. We're going to say stream... what's today? The 15th? 15 December. Good. Good, good, good. Fresh save. I wouldn't call it a fresh save. It's a save. Booyaga! Blinded by the light. Anywho, let's get this baby where she needs to go. How's everybody doing, by the way? How are you all? Are your holiday plans coming to fruition? Is everybody getting ready to tide some Yules and egg some nogs, one might say? Spreading those save germs. There you go, my guy. Alright, locks are closing up behind us. Keep my cursor right there. I might be able to see what the water level does here. Let's see what happens to the water level. If anything at all. I'm not convinced that it's always required, obviously. Oh. It's coming up ever so slightly. No, going down again. Seems to be unable to make up its mind. It looks like it went down a little bit. Just a little. Hey there, Nemesis. Have to blind the heck... Yes, the hell with those people. There they are, snug in their warm buildings. I'm going out into the ocean. In a storm. Come on, man. Today's last week. Oh, there you go, my guy. Wicked. Good stuff. That is fantastic stuff. Going to Germany for Christmas. Very cool, my dude. Very, very cool. I've never been. Alright, we'll kill the searchlight so I don't forget to do it. And we'll start making tracks, I guess. Try to make it as quick and dirty as a journey as possible. I imagine we'll run into an aircraft or two, realistically. I think that's in our future. It's 1940, although it's, you know, November of 1940, so... Making all this stuff for me. They're not making it for me, they're making for literally anybody in a boat. Come on now. I could be anyone at all, and they'd be perfectly willing to just hand over the goods. Huh? Just saying. Just saying. Yes. Everything looks copacetic. Good. Somebody will eventually get to that searchlight. I really feel like they probably should have put a switch to control the searchlight on the inside of the boat as well. You know, like run the switch in parallel, and then you've got two separate... Anyway, it's this whole thing. I just think it's a good idea overall. Gentlemen, are we having a hard time finding the light switch or something? What's the dealio here? Rolly, you are apparently taking your sweet-ass time, my guy. There you are right there. I think it's because you're assigned to somebody. Probably, if I go like that, I free you. No, you're not going to do nothing. Okay. So, Rolly doesn't want to turn off the searchlight. He's just like, he's fine with it being on, apparently. So why don't we... Am I stuck having the searchlight on for eternity now? Is that a thing? What if I tell you to go to here? Will you go to there? Now, will someone turn off the searchlight, please? Rolly. Come on, bro. Alright, what if I turn off the searchlight myself? How about that? I can't because Rolly is designated to do it. That's cool, right? Know what I'm saying? Huh. Rolly's scared of the dark. There you go. It's nice out. Yeah, it's just, we don't, yeah. Holy sweet Christ. Seriously, no one's going to turn off the searchlight. This is less than ideal. I need to be able to turn it off. Okay. This is less than ideal, honestly. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I might have to kill him. Rolly, I might have to kill you. I need to be able to turn the light off. Just saying. And I can't cancel this. Okay. Secret British infiltrator. There you go, my guy. We were rebelling. We demand searchlight to be switched. There you go. No, it does not turn off if I dive. It just stays on for eternity. Huh. What if I turned off power to the conning tower? Nope. Wait. No, that's not Rolly. So... this is problematic. Yeah, I might have to go back to the save. This is incredibly stupid. Like, that's a game breaker right there, because how are you going to sneak up on anything with your searchlight on? Well, I found a game breaker. Not impressed. Not impressed. No, no, no cursed tomato tree. Go first person. I guess I could do that, couldn't I? Leave this position, please. I wonder if it's going to tell me that I can't because somebody else is going to be using it. Nope. Station is occupied by Rolly. Impossible, my guy. I can't move you, Rolly. That's not a function I can do. I can't control individual sailors. Well, that's okay. Wowzers. Tell the officer to go to bed. No, I freed the like I let the sailors go, so they should have been on their own recognizance. So that's incredibly stupid. Wow. Okay. Really dumb. No, if I dove, it wouldn't kill him because he would just go inside the ship. Now, let's see if we can turn it off right away. Alright, that time we got somebody to turn it off. Sweet baby blue. That is an unfortunate... Wow, that was really close. Okay. Anyway, back to actually getting to play the game. Jesus, that was unfortunate. Well, everybody be very careful with your searchlights. Very careful with your searchlights, everyone, because that is a nasty little bug right there. Execute Order 66. There you go. Yeah, okay. That was fun. Spare me, please. I'm just a little sailor man. Little sailor dude. Alright. Oh. I forgot to take him off of his... Hello? There we go. How many points do I have? Do I have enough points to start something new? I have 4 points. One assumes I can get something else done in headquarters here. Let's check that out. Okay, so accumulators 2 is done. Radar detector, snorkel. Better hydrophone would be cool. Naval Academy. Not really worried about that per se. Better hydrophone would be good. T3s would also be good. Snorkel would be fantastic. We're going to lean into snorkel for the time being. Let's do that. This guy can get it done 33% faster, so we'll do that. It's going to take 3 of my 4 points, which is perfectly acceptable. And with any luck, shortly we can start doing Gibraltar and stuff. Yeah, had to abandon the patrol because the spotlight was stuck to the on position. I'm gonna do some cleanup here. I know where all the boats are, more or less. I don't need all these dots per se. Okay, should be entering the sector here shortly. Let's get retired on the radio. Ready to call that in once we get the chance. Skipper, I always have to give Skipper an extra guy by hand now because somebody died. And the management system in this game is not particularly good at all. So trying to figure out who it was that I have to replace them with is useless. Research a distiller. No distiller for UV. None. Hammer would have been good. Odin, my guy. What is up, dude? How you been? Been a little bit, my guy. Hope you're doing well. Etc. Etc. In the sector, please. There we go. Patrol sector reach. 350 bones for us. Enjoyable. Enjoyable. How are we doing on water in the boat? 1.2. See if we can slurp some of that out. We probably won't be able to, realistically. 2.2. Yeah. Everything else would have to be done by hand, I think. Could get semicolon here to bail to the control room for me. It's really just a puddle. That's okay. Let's try to get this water out. I don't like having water in my boat if I don't have to. Can't you just add another crew? Plus, I think once they die, you return to port, the name disappears. Yes, but then you specifically have to remember the name of every person that you assign to your officers. And yes, I could add another crew, but if I accidentally add somebody that's already with one of the other officers, it won't work, you see? It's really bad. It's super bad. It's not fun. Junkwag. Oh, wow, Junkwag. Thank you so much for the bits, my guy. I really appreciate it. Thank you very kindly. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Is it my web or the stream? Voice comes behind the video. Try refreshing your stream, my guy. Everything looks like it's functioning on my end. What is my schedule? I stream every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. GMT -3. The schedule can be found right below the stream on the About Me page. Let's see. That's right, Rolly. Tuesdays and Thursdays, my guy. Okay, did we get that water out? The water is out of that section. Let's go ahead and remove the water from the engineering bay. Straight to the control room. Yes, please. The galley shows as being able to be bailed. However, there's no actual water. There's no water for it either. We'll have Wizard turn the pump on for me to move all this crap out of the boat once we get a chance. Send radio to bed for the time being. Now, let's go ahead and make our way up to roughly where the boats ought to be coming from. Somewhere in this vicinity here. Something to that effect. Yeah, the management... To me, okay, I'm probably the wrong person, right? I'm probably the wrong person for this. Because to me, rather than deal with this bullshit of having to add individual names, why can't I just say that I want 6, say like this? Why can't I just turn this 0 into a 6 and this one into a 6 and call it good? Do you know what I mean? Like, why isn't that enough? But it's not. It does nothing. You have to add, pardon me, every individual sailor. And it's really, because first you have to add them to the schedule, and then you have to add individual sailors to your officers if you want it to be automatic. Meanwhile, I should just be able to click this plus button to change this to a 2, and it would just take whatever sailors are, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, again, I'm the wrong person because I feel like it should be a lot simpler. But hey, what am I gonna do? Does it still lag at port for me? Not especially. It lags really bad on the headquarters screen for some reason. Keep changing things to make my whole yeah, the real issue when they come out with a new build like this is you have to assume that you're not going to finish the game. I've gone through this many times. I started playing back in B125. So assume the game is going to break over and over and over until a build has been out with no patches for at least a month or 2. Then you can worry about actually finishing a campaign. You have to sort of take it with a grain of salt. You have to say, if you want to play it, but you're probably not going to get to the end unless you're just going to hammer on it and like don't stop playing for like 3 days. Do you know what I mean? Was there ever a T4? Not to my knowledge, but then again, I don't know. Radio to bed. Since when did radios be able to take a nap? Whenever you turn them off, Rolly. Come on, that was an easy one. Chris Kaz, what's going on, my guy? Okay, I'm going to say this for the people who do mods. If you use mods on a build that is continuously evolving, again, we're on patch 19 now of something that came out in October, so an awful lot of patches in like 2 months. That is extremely foolish. You're being very foolish. You are ruining your own game at your own expense. And honestly, I don't know what the deal is. Why are mods so important for you that you're willing to break the game over and over and over? Every time they come up with an update, they have to update the mod. So stop using mods until that's not a thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to see it for what it is. You can use some mods like sound skins normally don't get affected. Like changing what food looks like in port, like using authentic goods, stuff like that usually doesn't make any hiccups. But don't put in physics mods, and don't put in like story driven mod, like anything that really changes the actual gameplay. You're just asking for trouble, and I really don't understand why people do that. If you refuse to play the game unmodded, wait. Right? Keep an eye on the Steam forum every now and again. Wait until it looks stable. And then once it seems like it's stable, then use mods, right? Like, peer pressure. Very good there, Andrew. Very good, my guy. Needs mods to be fun. I mean, I don't agree personally. I think the game, like, I'm playing it straight vanilla right now. I think it's perfectly acceptable for what it is. If you need more out of it, of course you're going to need mods. But I was never a big fan of mods of any game, to tell you the truth. Like, the only mod I consistently use in any game is the advanced user interface for Civilization 5, and I've been using that for years. Mac V would like a salty fact. Mac V, your salty fact is we got a second cat yesterday, and it has yet to be named. It has no name. Not for lack of trying, but we can't all agree on a name. And there's your salty fact, my guy. What was I saying? Yeah, I was never a mod guy. Like, I didn't play, I ordinarily don't play with a lot of mods. When and if this game ever becomes stable, and if they don't ever include, like, a TDC or anything like that, yes, I will definitely get those. Maybe a skin mod here and there, something like that, or if, like, you know... But to me, what a lot of mods says about a game is that the game either was not finished or you shouldn't be playing it. If it's unplayable to you without mods, then I don't think it was the game for you. Does that make sense? I'm not hating on people who play with mods. Mods can be awesome. They're super cool. But if you need them, if you cannot play without it, or if you cannot wait till this becomes stable enough to use mods, I don't know, man. You know? No name is a good name. There you go. Salt? No, we're not calling it that. That's not a thing. Oh, sure, yes. If you've got an ancient game like I don't know, Fallout New Vegas, and you're willing to deal with that garbage Nexus crap. Oh, I hate Nexus so much. Anyway, if you're willing to deal with Nexus, you can make that game look pretty good. It gets a lot more stable, etc., etc. But if... I don't know. I'm very torn about mods. I really am. I really am. They can add something to a game. They really can. And I think I'll probably stick with that. Okay. Let's get this tub afloat. What do you say? All right, we got about 400 kilometers to our first kick at the can here. I might dive... Ooh. All right. That's coming towards me. We're going to hit the guns immediately. Let's get on the flak with this you can't really use extra help, can you? No, you can't. I really should have swapped their rebreathers in port, by the way. Let's get Rolly on observation. And see what we can see. Radio up and running. Aircraft inbound. She's cutting across our bow here somewhere. Once I get somebody back on the UZO, I might get an idea. Yeah, she definitely saw me. She's coming in at us now. We're gonna stick to speed 3 for the time being. Way too far away for me to get an indication of where she is just yet. Alarm. We're alarming. Everything is alarming. It is bad. Okay. Alright, she's coming straight at us. Whip the boat. Alright, so she's up there. Way up, but she's diving on us. Way up high. Hello. Give him hell, boys. Give him hell. Still way too high. That's okay. Let the boys go with their machine guns, and I'll deal with this one. Alright, slow back down to 3. Even the boat out. Let's keep an eye on this blackguard. Quality of life mods? Yeah, I get that. Mod the stopwatch. Yeah, the TDC is nice. The stopwatch is very, very useful, and the TDC itself is just a really good touch. I for the life of me cannot understand why the devs and the modding community haven't come together to make one available in the game without a mod, personally, but then again, why do the work if somebody can just install the mod, I guess, right? I don't even know if we're gonna get a chance to... Ooh. Oh, hang on, not yet. I thought she was dipping a wing there. Not quite yet. She's circling me. Wonder if she's marking us. Here it comes. Here it comes. This might sting a bit. Oh, yeah, that's bad. Bad. Bad, bad. Ooh, 4 leaks. We've got 2 critically injured sailors. Looks like that plane is going down. Okay. Rolly. I don't think we've got anybody dead, per se. Okay, let's get on all this stuff. We've got repairs happening somewhere. What do we got going on? Let's get on this one. Close bulkheads. I need the pump turned on, my friend. Beaufort shot down. She's done. Slow to 3. Actually, slow to 1. Alright, bulkheads are closed. Pump is not active currently. Got too many people moving bodies around. Let's fire the pump up, please. Mr. Semicolon, let's get you down below. Alright. I don't think we actually lost any personnel. They're just injured. Who has the med kits? Mr. Retired has med kits. So does Rolly. Rolly, my guy. Can we get you on med? We can't. So why do you have med kits then? Oh, they're probably still being moved. My bad. Okay. Alright, all the damage looks like it's pretty much localized up front, which is fantastic. And dealing with that hole, Mr. Wizard. On the starboard side. Let's get that repaired, please. Alright, 1, 2 leaks. Light bulb burnt out. Some wounded personnel, but that's okay. Tired is helping people. Let's do first aid on Mr. Luther. Alright. First aid is being carried out. Mr. Rowley, first aid on Valhalla. Yeah, boy. Who's injured? Is it serious? Well, it's serious, yeah, but they're going to be okay. They're going to be fine. Can you shoot the lookout with the flat gun? No. No, you cannot. Sorry for being late. No worries there, Rez. Welcome, welcome. Alright, 1 sailor stabilized. Mr. Vogel's being worked on. 28.9 meters of water in the boat and rising, unfortunately, but that's okay. Because we are patching that final leak as we speak. And leak has been patched. Fantastic stuff. All is well. We are going to shut down the alarm. Boat requires inspection for hidden damage. Rock and roll. Let's get... Actually, no, I'm going to have to stay at alarm for that, unfortunately. Damage control and... No, you should probably be fixing the... Now, let's get him working on the torpedo tubes. Alright, we are going to open the bulkheads here in a moment once we get the pump back up and running. Start slurping the water out of the boat here. Get some water slurpage. Okay, how we doing, how we doing, how we doing? That's... perfect, good. Mr. Wizard does not need help there. Pump is running. And open the bulkheads. It's going to let water pool through the rest of the ship. Whenever somebody needs to get in and out, that is. And damage control stations. Okay, we have hidden damage somewhere, but we can't really do anything about that until they find it, unfortunately. Alright. All is well. All is well. We're okay. Bucket, anybody? We'll see, my guy. Hey, thanks for that subscription. 3 months of your life, my guy. 3 months of your life belong to me, and I thank you for it. I really do appreciate it. How am I? Anything different? Depends, Wills. When's the last time you played, my guy? How are you, by the way? I'm doing well. Okay, now, I do want to straighten the boat back out, because... No, we did that, okay. Alright, now, what seems to be on the go here? Wizard's doing that. Mr. the Pixel, let's have you move out of this room and open that door for me. Allow the water to start spilling into other places so the pump can do its job a little better. 26.5 meters of water on board and falling. Good, good, good. Okay. Now, I'm fairly certain we didn't lose anybody. We did not. No one has died. Excelente, etc., etc. Now, Mr. Rowley has 3 med kits that he's actually not using at all. Let's see if we can drop some of those off, because if he's... No, I mean, he could use... That's fine. Let's just keep... no. No, I don't like that decision. Let's get 2 of them back. 2. 2. Take 2. Yeah, 3 there, 3 there. Okay. Alright, no one has located any additional damage, so I think we're good now. Probably pretty solid, but for the fact that there's water everywhere. Let's go ahead and have Skipper give the order to bail this room. I don't think anybody's going to actually do it. I'm not sure if they will or not. Oh, yep, they are getting at it. Good stuff. Okay, 22.2 meters and falling. All is well. All is well. Awesome. Good stuff, everybody. Let's cancel alarm status. Thank you. Good. Good, good, good. Rock and roll. Last time they gave us the research for the pens at port. It's the same update, my guy. Half of it is watching me figure out what to do next. There you go. Why not? Why the heck not? Okay, we're moving water. 11 point, call it 12 meters and continuing to fall. Let's go ahead and increase the speed 3. Can we get anything done with scrap? Is that a thing I can do? We've only got the single piece of scrap. It's not really useful. Not really useful, my guy. That's fine, though. Let's check the galley. Bacon's getting a little slim. Let's go ahead and top that right up. Next thing to top up will be potatoes. Let's have Dan jump on the radio really quick. Nope, the radio really quick for me so I can call in the fact that we shot down that Bristol Beaufort. Call it good. You doing anything nice on Christmas Day? I mean, watching the kiddos open their presents, my guy. That's pretty much as good as it gets. Put on some Christmas tunes, you know, have myself a coffee and watch their little faces light up with joy, etc. That is what I shall be doing on Christmassy Day. Alright, that's sent off. Cool. Dan, go do whatever it is you're programmed to do, please. Skipper's helping to bail. 3.3 meters of water in the forward compartment. 3.6 total in the ship. I think we're pretty well good to go here. Awesome sauce. Okay. Now, back to trying to get to where I figure boats are going to be. Somewhere in this area is where I would expect to find shipping. Somewhere in this area here is where I would expect to find the boats. Them nasty boatses. Boatses. Alright, that boat is dry. Or sorry, that portion of the boat is dry. That makes more sense. Little bit of water in the control room, but the pump's going to handle that. Because the water is here in the bilges. Bilges contain less than a meter of water. Perfect. Awesome. Very good. Very good. There you go, Willsron. Fantastic stuff, my guy. Friends and family is what it's all about. Friends and family, sissies. Okay. Everybody should be done bailing now. Perfect. Good, 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 good. Okay. Now, we can make this motor a little bit, shall we? Gotta get away from the downed aircraft before it'll give me access to times 1800. But that's okay. That's fine. It's fine. Headquarters task may be started. No, it actually can't because I've only got 1 point. So you're lying to me, game. You're a lying liar face. A lying liar face, game. Alright, we're gonna have ourselves... Ooh, nasty out. We're gonna have a dip. Quick little dip and see if we can hear anything. Give them as much help as they can handle. Yeah, that should be fine. Get this tub under and see if we got any boats out here. A month and 4 days. There you go, my dude. All those little milestones are important. Alright, we've got Mr. Rowley here working the valves for me. And all that's left is to make the boat go under the water. That's really it. Gets a little bit darker once we switch to blue lighting. And she's diving fairly good. It looks like they've improved the dive times a little bit. Honestly, I feel like they have. Sploosh. Oh, oh, easy there, darling. It's nasty out. It is nasty outside. Blip, 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 blip. All right, electric engines are engaged. Good stuff. Ooh, lightning. Very nice. All right, this is going to bring us down to the 50-meter mark and bring engines to full stop, where we will sit for 5 minutes on the nose. Really? Good to hear. Bam. Okay. We have a convoy on a heading of 52 degrees. Some headings sort of like this. Yeah. 52 degrees. Okay. 52 degrees. Let's say that that's something like, if we went like this and straight down, put a point. 52 degrees is like this. So they should be heading just about, oh, there. Now they could change direction at any time, but feel fairly confident that we could probably get this done. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to bring the boat to the surface. We're going to go back to red lighting while I can. Maximize our speed. Head for here. Now they're going to be doing 7 knots. We're doing 176 kilometers. They did 176 kilometers to put them way out here, but they're doing less than half our speed. So I would suggest they're going to be somewhere in that vicinity by the time we get where we're going. Maybe a little further. Realistically, it's not going to take much. Okay. Alright, engines are at maximum. We'll be at the surface soon. Let's go ahead and run the electric compressor. Let's see now. No destroyers using Hedgehog's depth charges. Does it come into effect later in the war? Probably, yeah. Trying to get home for the holidays. Semi-driver, Chris. I can imagine, my guy. I really can. All your surface ships became submarines. I mean, yeah, you probably don't want to see that there, Pete. You probably don't want that to be a thing, but hey, I do understand. I get it. Alright. Swing this boat around, gentlemen. I know it's nasty out. Let's try to get up to a speed of at least 18 knots, if not more. It's going to be tough to keep that up in these seas, mind you. In a lot of ways, you're almost better off underwater, but we don't have a snorkel. So on the surface it shall be. To keep everything nice and charged up and ready to rock and or roll, while we try to acquire a convoy. Now, it's coming on daylight, which is unfortunate for us, but that's sort of part of the gig. I think we're going to cut in here. I really do believe that they can't have gotten too far away from me. We've got rainy, cloudy, crappy days. Are at red lighting. That's the best help I can give Skipper for now. We'll get closer to the line, see what we're going to do. Doesn't War Thunder already have submarines? I thought I saw something about that already. Maybe what I saw was them being about to add it. Something like that. Okay, we got thunderstorms. Still dark out for now. The sun should be up here in the next hour. Probably. How far to the line? 16 clicks to the line. Sneak in a little closer. It's full daylight but stormy, which is great, actually. We're going to slow to 1. Dive to periscope depth. Try to catch where these guys might be. We're not going to see them in this. Not going to see them in this. Mr. Retired is heading for the valves for us. Squeaky, 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 squeaky. It's cool toque. Nice toque, my guy. Alright. Let's get this thing under and see if we can find this convoy. I'm hoping that they're about here. I think. I might be wrong. Might have the timing all completely off. Listening room, blue lighting, 1 helper. Speed's at 1. We can only get a little more quieter, really. Just a touch more. I really hope they didn't overshoot, because then I gotta basically repeat this whole pattern. Let's try to have some faith. We try to have a little faith. So far, nothing. That being said, it's pretty bad out there. Hydrophone is still expanding. Come on, baby blue. Ha! Where they at? Nice! Now that is what you call a plan coming together. Alright, 9.1k. Let's just keep moving forward at 1. Because I don't expect... I don't expect this to be the... Oh, I don't expect that to be the position they're in. They're going to move around. Right? It's very, very rare they're going to be on the exact same spot. 8.2 kilometers to the line. Take it easy there, Chris. Have yourself a good evening. Thanks very much for swinging by. Props detected. Coming up behind. That's a single ship, probably an Empire. Okay, how are we doing? Air-wise, we're fine. Now, considering dropping to speed 0 here. I want to get a little bit closer to this line, though, just in case. Okay, so we've got them. They are out in front a little bit. We're looking at about 5.5 clicks in that direction. Chances are there are warships here that I can't hear. They're awful sneaky that way. Nightmare Frame, 11 months, my guy. What is up? 1 ping only, just for you, my dude. Appreciate you for doing the subscribery thing. Very nice. Much obliged. Line is like that. Ooh, where did you go? Why? Something like that. Okay. We're actually looking at 4.5 clicks. Skipper, how we doing with the peepers? The peeperator. Should be off in this direction here somewhere. They're a good distance away. It's possible I won't see them. Gonna be tough. I don't think I'm gonna be able to see them from here. So realistically, I should be seeing them somewhere. The darkness works in a lot of ways. It's gonna keep me covered. I'm very concerned about warships that I can't see, like can't hear rather. They're a lot quieter than the freighters, so it's very, very common to not hear them at all until it's a little too late. All right, we need somebody on torpedoes. Let's get Mr. Wizard up and running on that. Let's give him some help. It says an 8 to 8. Aha! You see, this is what I was worried about right there. How much water are we in? A ton of water. And I just started warming a torpedo. That's problematic. Okay. We're going to roll forward a little bit more. Then we're going to have to dive a bit and try to get sneaky quiet. And hope like hell I don't get pinged. That's all I can really hope for at this point. I'd like to get this shaved down to closer to 4. Although it's starting to get a little squirrely. Little on the squirrely side. Come on, 4. Okay, 4. That's good. Let's give everybody as much help as they can handle. Okay, what we're going to do now is bring the boat down to 20... Let's say 30 meters on the nose. Skipper, we're going to have you go to bed. You can't go to bed. Let's get you on navigation so you're just out of my way. And we're going to hope like hell that what I'm assuming is going to be a Corvette doesn't hear me. Assume that's going to be a Corvette. I'm tempted to shoot the Corvette, but that being said, I don't know what else is out there. Do you know what? This is dumb. Let's get back up to Periscope real quick so I can have a look. I gotta see what's going on. Attack Periscope. Out you go. Storm is still in effect, which is great. Okay, so she's gonna be... Where's she gonna be? She should be in sight range. Should be. Aha! Okay. Alright, I see a C3. That's a destroyer. I was hoping it was a Corvette. Alright, that is a problem. There's never just one destroyer. Looks like a basic EF class to me. That's the vibes I'm getting from it anyway. Speed is probably going to be 7. I may shoot this. I don't know. It's all I can really see. That and the C3 is all I've got eyes on for now. Can't see anything else. Not a dang thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's a destroyer. I even marked it for you, dingus. There, on the other side. That's problematic. That's problematic. 1 makes sense. There's an Empire back there too. Empire ship. It's No. No, it's too much of a risk. Honestly, it's too much of a risk. Get us back down to 30. What we're going to do is hide at 30, let this guy go by, and we're going to take shots at these guys. Probably this ship and this ship. We're going to have to let the C3 go. It's not going to work. That being said, we got to not get pinged at the same time. Alright, we're at 20 meters and dropping. Yeah, it looks like an EF to me. She's got a friend out there somewhere. Probably that, maybe? Maybe that's the C3, I'm not sure. No, that's the C3, so that... It's not a small convoy, it's not a huge one either. Let's get somebody on depth keeping, please. Okay, we're as quiet as quiet... Ooh, sorry, somebody just walked over my grave. We're as quiet as quiet gets. There's really nothing else we can do except wait and hope for the best. 2% visible due to our... Looks like our sonar detectability is the worst of it. Yeah, if we can just get them to sneak on by, everything's going to be cool. Destroyer has torpedoes. No, destroyers do not have torpedoes. They have depth charges. Possibly hedgehogs, although I haven't seen it yet. Alright. It being what it is, we're going to sit here, and we're going to take a quick break too. We're almost at break time anyway, about 3 minutes off. So we're going to take a quick break, something to the tune of 10-15 minutes. We are now 3% visible. We're going to throw this into pause, or at least close to pause as this game gets. And we are going to take a little break, everybody. And when we come back, we're going to do our damnedest to not die. That's sort of the whole plan, is to not get all blowed up. If you choose to leave the stream now, hey, I get it. Not everybody is going to sit around watching a Be Right Back screen forever, and that's totally fine. Oh, I plugged that in wrong. There's my socials there. You can find me on all the things. I do stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. GMT -3. GMT -3 is when I stream. That's, you know, an AST time for anybody who might be in the Northern Hemisphere in Canada-type areas. So if you do choose to leave the stream now, thanks very much for coming by in the first place. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you again soon. For everybody else, I will see you shortly. Folks, what do you say we do the awkward black screen before we get right back at it, that kind of thing. And we're back up and running. Fantastic stuff. So, for anybody who's been missing out, we are approaching a convoy. However, we run into a bit of a snag. We have 2 destroyers right out front. And I would say, realistically, there's a good chance of at least 1 more warship here in the pack. Now, on the one hand, it'd be possible to take out this destroyer, provided, of course, we don't get pinged. Then we could charge forward, try to do hip shots, and then try to slink away. Meanwhile, this guy is going to turn into us very rapidly. That's the real problem. It's not so much taking out this guy. If this was a Corvette, I think we'd have a better shot. The other side of the coin is this. Okay, so this is a destroyer. We know from the periscope that we have a C3 out here somewhere. C3s are armed, so we can't just come to the surface and there it is there. At least one of them. There's a C3 there. They're armed, so we can't just come to the surface guns blazing. C3s are deadly. There certainly could be more warships this convoy. That is 100% a thing that's very, very possible. Very, very, very possible. So what's going to have to happen is we got to get this guy to get to about at least here before we can start warming torpedoes. Because he's still going to be able to hear us. Even there, he'll still be able to hear me, but I'm going to try to bank on the chance that he can't. I guess I could let him go right out forward. How far? There it is there. This is that is one of the worst things that could possibly happen right now. That being right there is a real serious problem for me. That's another destroyer for sure. Because that cuts down the amount of time I'm going to have. These guys are approximately 4.5 kilometers apart, which puts them sitting right there when I need to warm torpedoes. That is not great. We're now 4% visible, by the way. Ping could be inbound at any time now. Let's get Skipper into a command position. We're going to close bulkheads now. Turn off the electric dive planes, get a little bit quieter. Not much. Not much at all. We're down to 80 decibels total, and that'll go up to probably close to 90 when I start warming torpedoes. This is pretty much a guaranteed ping scenario. I could take my chances and fire cold. They're T1s. I have... Pretty sure Dan has... Ooh. Ah, thank you, V. That scared the crap out of me. Okay. We've got Thorough here, so we could use Dan to do the warming. Or, sorry, Dan... No, that's not going to help me. Normally I would say this would cut down my dud chance and everything like that, but it's not going to work for me because he's not actually going to warm the torpedo. That is super problematic. Super, super problem. This is a bad setup. This is a really bad setup. Very, very bad. I'm going to have to chance warming torpedoes sooner. I'm going to have to chance it when he's at a 90. So that's going to put the second destroyer right about there. And if he's scanning it all, he's going to pick me up. But I need to get... I'm tempted to just fire cold. I could probably get this guy and this guy, provided they impacted and didn't dud out. Take it easy there, KJ. Have yourself a fantastic evening. Thanks for swinging by, my guy. Sam is inebriated. Good job, Sam. Good job, my guy. Oh, man, this is not ideal. Not ideal at all. Not ideal at all. Okay, well, all we can do is take our chances. Oh, 3%. That actually dropped for me, which is great. I mean, it's still not very good. Because every 60 seconds, essentially, the boats, like, make a roll. And they could ping me at any moment. Christ. Kentucky Bourbon Ale. Interesting, okay. Good stuff. Bourbon Ale. It's a combo if I ever did hear one. Hooey. Do I fire cold? I don't think I'm going to fire cold. I think I'm going to chance some warming. I do believe I'm going to chance some warming. As soon as he's out in front. So with any luck, we're scanning to forward, right? Okay. Here's where we start to get squirrely. See what we can do. Noise is still at 80. See how we do. Not really. It doesn't really help to go deeper, to tell you the truth. Ever is rewatching my tutorials. Thank you, Ever. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get you on depth keeping. Yeah. Whoa. Thanks, 220. Voice to chat is funny, the words it types. Oh, no doubt. I have no doubt that it's just absolutely mangling everything I say. You know, that old Canadian accent I got there. So, hey, what you gonna do? So far, so good. I need at least 2 torps. I wonder if I should fire at this one and this one. The thing is, do I come to the surface to get my values, or do I completely guess at everything? I think we should probably try to come to the surface. The storm should hide me pretty well. Realistically, pretty well. So we're gonna attempt it. We're gonna try to slide up to the surface and take a peek. We're gonna wait until this torpedo is a little closer to being ready, though. That's the plan there. Fire from the hip. 4 kilometers is a pretty big distance to be doing hip shots, honestly. I could do that, V, but that takes a really, really long time. And, you know, we've established how I do with patience and stuff. I'm not super good with it. Okay. We're about 2/3 of the way done with that torpedo. So here's my plan. We're going to get up to periscope depth. Got somebody on depth keeping. We're doing the best we possibly can. It's really nasty up top, though, which is unfortunate. We're going to try to get some values. All right. Coming up to 10 meters. Don't broach. Easy. Okay. Skipper, observation scope. Periscope depth. Hold her steady, boys. Hold her steady. Back on damage control. Patience is not an option. It's not a thing. Not a thing. Alright, skip. That was weird. Okay. Center it. Ooh, she choppy. She choppy. Come on, up, up, up. Up. Alright, I got a target there. Empire. Target here. I'm looking for the C3. I think she's probably closest. Empire, 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 Empire. C3 shouldn't be out in front yet. Alright, easy. Alright, we got an empire here. Here is closer. Farther, another empire. Another empire, but midway between the last two. C3. Exactly, okay. I'm thinking this empire, that guy right there, and this C3. One for each. Okay. Velocity is going to be basically a crapshoot here, because I'm not even sure I can see the boat long enough to get a velocity off it. We know it's 7. The thing is, though, say you plug in a 7. If it's actually 6.8 or 7.2, that's enough to throw off your actual shot. So if you let the chronometer do the job for you, it'll enter those decimal values without you having to screw around with it. If that makes any sense. It should be going roughly 7. Okay, that was a little... Why didn't it... I didn't put in the type. Patience. Patience, friend salted. Patience. Freighter. Empire... Tower. Empire Tower. Recognize. Come on. Whew. She's probably not doing 6.5. It could be. It very well could be, but probably not. At the max height right now. So this is the first shot, followed very rapidly by the second shot. Like, pretty much right away. Okay. Course. It's going to be probably 52. There it is. Going to be 52. Yeah, it's probably going to be 52. Still, we'll do it anyway. I don't want to take the chance of being wrong. Boop. Put it through the nose. Gives me 84 degrees, bow left. 84. Bow left. Sorry, left. Jesus, what am I doing? 84.3 is probably as close as I'm going to get. Distance target is about 4 kilometers. We know that. Tough. Very tough. Waterline is there. Say that. 4 on the nose. That makes perfect sense to me. Okay, give me a torpedo impact trigger. We're going to go 2 meters depth. Punch it. Torpedo away. Okay. C3 friend. Lock in all this crap first. C3 recognize. Velocity. We're shooting at 7. We're doing it. Just gonna hope for the best there. What was course again? Course is 84. Okay. 84. Perfect. Good. Distance to this target is... Hang on. Get the water line. Distance is right about there. Other torpedo. She's got less than that 25 degree. I'm going to have to go magnetic on this one. Going to have to go magnetic. We're going to set the depth fairly low. 7.3 is the draft. We're going to set the depth to 6.5. And punch it. Oh, crap. Oh, no, wait. I was going to say that ship is American. We're not allowed to fire at it yet, but it's traveling with enemies, which makes it okay. All right. Let us go ahead and dive the boat. Take me right down to minimum safe depth. We've got fish in the water, people. Fish in the water. We are going to dive wholeheartedly. We may even begin moving here a little bit. Let's go ahead to... No, I don't think I'm going to move yet. Let's just hold position. Hold position. We're hoping for beautiful hits, provided this torpedo doesn't explode first. That would be the real kicker, if that torpedo pops. That would be unfortunate, to say the least. Alright, we're on this side. There's the C3. That's the other dude. Torpedoes look a good distance apart. Roughly 700 meters. These guys are approximately... oh, more like 8. But with any luck, this might go off well. Okay. Alright. There's one and there's the other. So I'm not sure if you guys can make out the forward target there. She was just lit up for us a second ago. I'm going to try to keep this position as best I can in order to see the boomies as best as possible. Hoping for boomies. That's what we're hoping for. And not boomies beforehand. We want boomies on time against the bad peoples. Torpedo 1 is halfway to target. Rough stuff. We are at 110 meters. Continuing to drop the boat. Thank you, V. Sorry, 220. Thank you, 220. Much obliged. Sorry, I looked up and V was the last one to speak before he did that. Fingers crossed, people. Starting to get a little worried. 30 seconds, apparently. Okay, got the Empire. Empire's a hit. I think the second should have hit by now. Found a bolt in the torpedo room. That is problematic, to say the least. I think we should have hit it by now. Yeah, went past the C3. Alright, so we were off on our C3's calculation. She didn't have enough time to slam on the brakes, I don't think. So realistically, that's probably not why we missed. We fired a little ahead of the target. See, that's what I get for just plugging in the 7 without actually taking the measurement. See? You always got to watch that stuff. Okay, we're going to have some fun now, I guess. Yeah. Wouldn't that be something? Too bad. Alright, that torpedo's not going to do anything for me. Maybe if I had Lutz and Fats at this point. But that's not the way of it currently. Now, this one is abandoned. We managed to knock its socks off. So at the very least, we can come up to the surface later and clean this one up, which would be nice. Now, get to have some fun, I guess. 1, 2, 3 different destroyers. Pinged. This is as quiet as we get, people. She may have me here. We might have to kick this thing into high gear. Get me somebody on the engines. Pardon me. Somebody on the engines, if you please. We could have a problem with this guy. I'd love to move forward and just start pitching torpedoes, but this is problematic. This little fella right here, a little bit of a problem for me. This dude. Didn't I tell you to go get on the engines? I'm almost positive I did. Go do that. I need access to speed 5. She might be doing some depth chargings. %. So far, so good. Time will tell. She's not in position yet, though. Yowza. Might have to race some torpedoes. Maybe. Just maybe. Just slowed way down. Ooh. That was loud. Yeah, it looks like 4. That should be my Huckleberry there. Cloud Prism, ahoy indeed. Welcome, welcome. For anybody just joined the stream, we are being hunted. We are being hunted. Alright, I think he's gone overhead. Going overhead. Right out in front. But apparently he can no longer hear me, which is interesting. Very interesting. Lightly salted burgers. Best kind, my guy. Thank you for the report there, Seaman. Much obliged, my dude. Alright. He is not sure where I am. Which is good. Very good. He might just decide to throw a couple of depth charges just for fun. Don't know. They might be out of type formation. I've often found that they'll return to exactly where they were. Still. Feel a lot better if this guy would turn away. I would feel a lot better. 2% visible, 3, 4, 5, ping. So far, nothing though. Are they gonna collide? Gonna have a collision here? It's looking like a collision. Can't really see them. No, not quite. Close. It came close. Alright. Good, 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 good. Turn away, turn away. Fantastic. Okay. Awesome. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go this way. Speed 1 to start. 2. 3. 4. Sneaking right behind them if I can. Torpedoes. 5. Alright. Trying to race them in a little bit. If I could get one more ship, I'd be a lot happier. Okay. Thank you kindly for them biddies there, V. Ah! Oh, V, you meh. Anyway. That, you good? Or... Okay. Alright, we're doing 9 knots, they're 7. We will overtake them, it's just gonna take time. Oh, problem. Problem right there. Still, we're so far off that they shouldn't detect me. Shouldn't being the operative term. Torpedoes. Turn in. Alright. Let's get ready for something dumb. Let's do a dumb thing. Turn the boat in. Okay, we know they're going a little bit slower than 7, so let's pretend it's 6.7. Yeah. Warm up number 4 while we're at it. I think we can get an impact shot here. I'm not 100% sure, though. Distance to target is going to be approximately 1,100 meters. Course is... I'm going to do this hard and dirty here. Course is approximately... Oh, that's not going to work there. Hang on. Got to put it out here because it'll snap to the boat. I want to use this, please. Thank you. You try to click anywhere on the boat, it'll snap to the dead center and throw off your calculation. 52 degrees on the nose. 52 degrees. Need to be able to click it, game. Come on. Gimme. 52 degrees. 52. Alright. I miscalculated everything because I still got to get back up to periscope depth. Bring the boat up to 20 meters. Call it 18. Yeah, just ask them about the weather. Yeah. Yeah, are you gentlemen looking for anybody? Or what's the deal? Need somebody on depth keeping to speed this up. Come on, baby. Okay. Now, this might have to be a magnetic shot. Thinking this is going to have to be a magnetic shot now. That's okay. We'll try it. 850 meters. 850, please. 1 torpedo, magnetic. Set depth for 3, because I don't know what I'm shooting at. Punch it. Torpedoes away, dive the boat. Okay. This is a Norwegian Empire. She is a Bell. Norwegian Bell. I have no idea if we're going to hit her or not. Slow the boat. Speed 1. Diving down to maximum safe. 30 seconds. Come on, baby. Tell me I didn't screw this one up. I think it should have hit by now. Maybe not. Oh! Got you. Not much in the way of damage, mind you, but we got him. Alright, the Snelland. Snelland the First. Minor damage, but that's okay. Alright, low, slow. Actually, let's stick to speed 1 for the time being. 2% visible. Alright, it's abandoned. Perfect. So we got one back there and one here that we can clean up. Nice. Thank you. She was pretty low in the water, which worked out for that 3-meter shot. 4% visible. Alright, kill the engines there. Okay. See how we do. This guy's coming back. 6%, 7 and rising. This isn't good. Ping, and we weren't caught. Okay. Ping is confused. Good. Good, good, good. Okay. Oh, this is a problem. 7%, 3. Nice. Okay. That went beautifully. Beautifully. They're returning to their convoy, which makes all the sense in the world. My God. It's irritating when they don't. Give it a second. Speed 2. We are going to go back there, clean this up. By then, they should be far enough away for us to clean up the other one as well. Awesome. Let's put a dot there, by the way. So I remember where that boat is. Unless she sunk. She might have sunk. I think she sunk. I think she sank on her own, which is nice. Yep, definitely spotted ships or whatever. Okay, cool. So I need a good amount of distance. Yeah, this is going to be fine. We're going to be fine. I think that other ship sunk. Because now it's a 2 to 4, which tells me there's lifeboats. And the best part is we got another little friend right here. So we could get a twofer. Could get a twofer. Which is always nice. Okay, start bringing the boat up. Keep it at speed 2 for the time being. Let's tuck in nice and tight. Do a little bit of a drive-by kind of thing. And take out this halfway sunken ship. A little bit of water in the boat, but we expected that. Get retired to fire up the pump for me. Pardon me. Pump is engaged. Performance is decreased by 67%, but that is rapidly not being a problem anymore. We'll get retired. A very quick nap. We'll get off of the alarm status, so he can do that. And why can't I operate the engines, Mr. The Pixel? Give me electric dive planes. Alright, everybody go about your business, whatever it was that you're meant to do, please. 100 meters and continuing to rise. Getting ready to use the deck gun on our friend over here. Awesome sauce. Alright. Bring it up. Let's go electric compressor, please. Alright, ship to the forward. We do not need to be at alarm, gentlemen. We're fine. Okay, Mr. Semicolon Deck Gun, bring your friends. Let's go ahead and get Rolly to use the radio, or sorry, the radio really quick. Call this in for me. Because when you was in the Navy, had an average 3% water leaks during, 100%, my guy, yeah. Boats leak like a sieve. It's actually kind of terrifying. Alright. We are sending back that we spotted things and propeller noises were detected. We may not have sunk that. No, we didn't sink that ship. We'll have to go back and get her. Because I haven't gotten any tonnage. Now, mind you, I didn't see it sink, so that might be the problem there. You do have to see them go down. So, that could be the issue. Alright, water's out of the boat. Cool. Skipper, let's get you some eyeballs. Alright. Let's get ready to pop this pimple. I'm going to want our hitbox up. There we go. And this drawn-on nonsense. Alright, she's on fire. That's enough. She'll go down on her own now. That'll be it for our Empire friend. That'll be that, one might say. She's sinking. Hell yeah. Have ourselves a little weenie roast, people. Some marshmallows. Awesome. Alright, center the gun. Alright, Mr. Semicolon, go about your business, please, with however many people you needed. Now, do I go back and tag this, and then worry about the ship that's coming up behind? I think I do. Kind of. Want to do that. Alright, let's get heading in this here direction, maximum speed. The USS Nearest, so this was a American ship, I assume? Gonna have to go with American, USS. Okay, I need some reloading done. Let's get rid of this T2. Get that out of the way. Yeah, boy. Get this loaded up. No. I told you to load the T2. The game does this sometimes. Oh, and the T2 is missing now. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sometimes you give the order to do the torpedoes and they just stop. I don't really know why that happens, but it is a thing. It is 150% a thing. Can I get eyes on that forward target? I have to unlock from whatever I was locked onto, I think. Ooh, okay. Now, that stricken target should be out ahead here. Oh, no, not quite yet. Should be back this wise. Got a ship following me, which is cool. Ship mast. Should be perfect. Good. Alright. Let's tuck up close to this guy. Switch this to... Come on, switch to lighter. It's because this stupid thing's in my way. I can't switch to lighter, I don't want to be at alarm. I have no interest in being at alarm. Thank you. That doesn't really help. Alright. That's our Huckleberry right there. That Norwegian ship that we, popped a hole in the side of there. Okay, let's go ahead and get rolly on the gun this time around. We don't really need fast reload speed at all. And then once we're past it, we'll whip the boat around and head back towards whatever's coming up behind us. You watch, it's just going to be a U-boat. It's very, very possible, actually. Alright. I think I feel good about shooting at it from here. Especially if we could get it catch fire, that would be immaculate. Probably won't happen, though. Oop. Hey, never mind, I lied. I am a liar. We absolutely got it to catch fire. Absolutely and unequivocally got it to catch fire. Okay, in which case we're going to turn the boat around now. Spin us about so I can catch sight of whatever's going on behind us. Nice. You can actually see, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see. You can see individual raindrops hitting the cable. So the radio cable right above my head here. That way. I can actually see individual raindrops. Thank you very kindly, Boxes. Much obliged, my guy. Bye-bye. Alright. We'll stay on the gun for a minute, because we do have something coming up to the rear. Once we catch sight of it, we'll worry about what we're going to do. We got our 10,000 tons. Hell, or 7,000 tons, I mean. Hell yeah. Alright, let's see if we can find whatever the dealio is here. Aha, I knew it. Drag. Alright, we got our 10,000 tons anyway, so I'm quite pleased with how that went. Let's get down to here. We were actually outside of our sector for a good portion of all of that, which is annoying. But hey, what are you going to do? It means that none of our travel was worth anything, which is crappy, but... the kilometric requirement being what it is, etc. Alright, we don't need you on the gun anymore, my dude. You can head back under. Go about your business, whatever it was that you were programmed to do initially, please. 2 more messages queued. The Sneeland and the Nuriz, both sent to Davy Jones' locker. What's up? Not too much, my guy, honestly. Just waiting rather impatiently for the Christmas holidays to begin, personally. I imagine there's quite a few of us in that boat these days, but that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at in my head, my guy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that line there, because that's going to tell me approximately what to expect out of this sector, and roughly what degree they tend to travel on. I think that's absolutely fantastic knowledge to have. Should get into the sector first, then we can go down south. Now, problem being, we're sort of in like aircraft alley here, which is a bit of a pain. It can be rather unfortunate from time to time, the amount of aircraft they tend to throw at you. But what are you going to do? It is what it is, what it ain't, etc., etc. Run off these kilometers. Oh. Yep. Well, I just got screwed over. Because, yep. That's, yep. Cool. Cool, cool. Thank you, game. Appreciate it. Slam on the brake, switch to electric motors. Maybe we can hide. Emergency dive, people. Emergency dive, please. Get down. Whew. Well, that wasn't fun. The detection system is still just as awesome as it used to be. No thank you. No thank you. No interest. Thank you very kindly. No, 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 no. Bad. You're a bad man. You're a bad man. Be yourself this Christmas, introverted, perfectly, Mag. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Be introverted as hell. Go for it. Just do you. Give her schnot, my dude. Alright, roughly 20 some odd kilometers away now. Should be able to come to the surface without any problems. Get back to using diesels. Run the electric compressor. Alarm cancelled. Thank you. Alright. Yeesh. That was no fun. That was no fun. See, the game tends to screw you. Just every now and again, just like that. Just like, no, 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 no. We want you to be, killed. Basically, is what the game is trying to tell you there. We want you to die. Long and short. Come on, time compression. Help me out here, my guy. We're far enough away from the boats that it shouldn't be a problem anymore. But the game doesn't often work that way. Now, it's funny. It's holding me at times 140 now, right? Because, oh, we're too close to other boats. But did it stop me earlier? No. The answer is no. Where are you going? Oh, I don't have the engines engaged. That's why. I was like, that's not helpful. Anyway. I'm sure it's fine. Radio, extra 125 bucks for no reason. I'll take it. Free money is free money. Let's go down this way, actually. Just realized I might be running right across the path of those ships. Which we still might get ones coming up from the south here, but I'd rather not deal with that right now. Honestly, I'm going to take the W. I'm going to take the W, because that's what it's all about from time to time, taking the W. Yeah, boy. Right? Almost dead center. Isn't that garbage? Terrible. Another little tip, always make sure you call in the fact that you completed your mission before taking the go home button, because it's an extra couple of bucks for you. Why not take them couple of bucks, is what I'm trying to say. Mission complete. I love that they included that button, by the way. I'm very, very pleased. Very, very, very pleased. I think that it should only be usable once you're a certain distance away from shore, per se, but... To compress time, I watched a video of a press on a clock. No. If the snorkel is to draw in fresh air, why does snorkel smoke come out? Because it does both. Air comes in like a smaller tube underneath the main part of the snorkel, and then the exhaust is piped in. Okay, retired picks up some points. Good for you, retired. Nicely done, my guy. Dan also does that. Good job. And wizard. Everybody's just got dead eyes. Rolly does the same. And semicolon. It's like we got a democracy here. But Skipper gets more points because, well, I'm in charge of the boat. Alright, so that kicks us up another 10,000 worth, give or take, into the Happy Time Mark II. They want us to reach 100,000, but that's just going to increase again. Pardon me. The Nurez was registered in Canada, sorry boys, carrying medical supplies from Halifax to Liverpool. GRT of 6,262 tons. The Sneeland, 3,168 tons, transporting medical supplies from Halifax to Liverpool, registered out of Norway. Okay, so 9,430 tons out of 2 boats. There's nothing wrong with that. We picked up $12,000 in addition to all the ones we called in. We also picked up a spare radioman, which will be great for getting stuff done in HQ. We took down that Bristol Beaufort aircraft long before we really began searching for ships. So that was that did some damage to us, unfortunately, but we managed to patch that up pretty quickly. The Nurez and the Sneeland both smushed. Total distance traveled of 3,545 kilometers. 10 days, 8 hours is what it took us. 10 days, 8 hours. We had to level up with Retired here. Love to see that. And for Retired's level up, he's... okay. I get a paramedic, faster radio, prop recognition might not be bad, medical coordinator. Let's actually, I've already got prop recognition. We're gonna get medical coordinator. His helpers will help heal people, essentially. Long and short there. It was something I wanted. So Rolly used all of his med kits when we were damaged earlier. Let's get him another set. Yes, please. Retired used all of his as well. Let's get him. Oh, wait, I can't do that just yet. Gotta wait till he picks up his or else they both get canceled. There it is. Get this one here. 5 more for you. Thank you. Mr. the Pixel is down 1 spare part. Gotta fix that up. Mr. the Pixel. Let's get you 1 spare. Good. I imagine my chief engineer here is also down 1k. His rebreather is almost completely burnt out, so we actually came pretty close to losing Wizard there without even really noticing it, to tell you the truth, and that's kind of scary. Get rid of that one. Dan's is still at 100. That might still be the same old bug that it's always been, to tell you the truth. Let's get Wizard to drop his off. We'll have to get him a spare. Okay, so we do need a little more loading done, as I recall. No, we're good there, actually. Let's get Dan to check out the warehouse for me. Torpedoes, we need a few. T1. T1. We'll take a T2. T2P1 Plus, I guess. I'm not really sure I understand the difference, to tell you the truth, but to hell with it, we'll take one anyway. Ammo. Shot 3 rounds with the deck gun. Fantastic. Cool, cool, cool. We need lots of fuel, though. We're going to get rid of this burnt-out breathing apparatus and take another one. Might even take... No, we won't take a spare. No, we're not going to do that just yet. Crap. I forgot to restock the galley. We'll just stock this up for the time being. These... Sausages are good to go. We'll get rid of this 1 scrap because I don't really have a use for it per se. Top up here. And we'll get another set as well. It's probably best. Does this go to 40 or just 20? It does go to 40. We'll pick them up anyway. They're kind of useless these days, but whatever. Yusta, thank you very kindly, my guy. 9 months of your life belong to me, and thank you very kindly for it. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's going to do there. Buy. We have no upgrades available as of yet because I can't really afford... I might be able to afford to do some research now, actually. We'll have to take a look. No, I've only got the 1 reputation point, so that's not going to help me very much. We didn't lose any crew, so that's a bonus, right? Yeah, cool, 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 cool. Very cool. The other cool thing is we are done, everybody. Welcome to the end of tonight's stream. Thank you so very kindly, everybody, for hanging out with me, playing U-Boat once again on Thursday. Thursday is always U-Boat night. Remember that. Oh, it's actually asking me if I want to overwrite it. Very cool. Yeah. Not a bad little patrol. It was a little dicey with those destroyers, but luckily it's early enough in the war that their ASDIC is still extremely poor. Very, very poor. They weren't able to triangulate our position whatsoever, which was fantastic for us, obviously. That being said, it gets harder and harder and harder as time goes on. Essentially, once you make it to about 1944, you pretty much have to give up on the idea of making your perfect shots anymore. It pretty much doesn't happen. You're almost guaranteed to be pinged no matter what you do. There's really no way in or out. And that's fine. So you just have to learn how to do a lot of hip shots, etc., etc. You just have to figure out how to make that work for yourself, really. Hopefully the guides I make on YouTube help a little bit in that aspect. I'll go ahead and throw up my YouTube channel there. So if you have anything that you're finding difficult, they are from an earlier version of the game. Bear in mind that everything might not look 100% the same, but the mechanics all work exactly the same. So with any luck, they can still help you out. I still have thoughts of one day revisiting the tutorial series. That being said, there's a part of me that also doesn't want to get into it just yet, where they just had this major update. I really don't want to be beating a dead horse. I don't want that to be the only thing that I do at the same time. You know what I mean? Thanks for tired. See you later, my guy. Hopefully it is next week and could be before. You never know. You never know. I do stream every Tuesday and Thursday, everybody. Every Tuesday and Thursday, my schedule can be found here on my Twitch channel, somewhere down below where I'm talking at you. So that's a place you can look and see what there is to be seen. I normally keep the schedule up to date as best I can. Tuesday being variety night, we're currently playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm playing it for the first time ever, and we've put about 4 or 5 hours into it so far. I've played it twice, 2 times for 2 hours apiece, give or take. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Again, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. That's really operation number 1 that I'm looking for in these streaming evenings. For the bits, the subscriptions, I cannot thank you enough. All of that keeps the channel afloat. The channel is its own source of upgrades, revenue, games. Everything that I do here comes directly out of the channel. So, I mean, I really do appreciate you showing your support. There's almost nothing in the world I can do to really show that, other than putting fancy little names and stuff on the screen every now and again. And I do my best to at least make sure that you are noticed, and that you understand that I really do appreciate it. And without folks like you to hang out with on a Thursday night and play U-Boat with, I would have gave up on this a long, long time ago. So I really do appreciate your viewership at the very least. All right, folks, that's going to do it for me. Until next time, I have been lightly salted. Thanks for tuning in. Bye now.